Well, hello, and welcome back to another video. It's getting dark, but it's later out right now because of daylight savings, so that's really exciting. And the lighting's kind of adjusting. Very nice. I'm so tired because of daylight savings. We lost an hour of sleep last night. I had to get up early for church because I'm doing the audio visual, the slides for the songs and stuff. Yeah, in the past couple nights, I haven't gotten a lot of sleep to begin with in general, so I'm going to sleep so well tonight. I'm going to go to bed early and hopefully get 9 hours of sleep. But anywho, without further ado, I am going to get into the topic of the show today, the episode, whatever you want to call it, in the next video. It's going to be CW shows. I know I just did one on ABC Family shows, and I was like, I kind of want to wait a while before I do another video on TV shows, but I don't really want to talk about singleness right now. I don't really want to redo my photography video because I just didn't really love the quality of the video and things, and I filmed it back in August when I was trying to get a lot of content before going to Maine. So I want to refilm that one, but I just didn't really feel like talking about that today as well. And then Need to Breathe is another upcoming topic that I will speak on, but I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm not wearing a Need to Breathe shirt, so hence I had to pick the CW shows. So buckle in. I hope you guys don't mind, and I'm excited to talk about this stuff. My phone's at 1%, so hopefully it doesn't die during this video. I pulled up Wikipedia to go over all the different shows, and if I've never heard of it, then I'm just gonna skip on past it, and obviously if I heard of it, then I'm going to talk about it for however long I want to. So yeah, you should go watch the ABC Family one as well. So Seventh Heaven is the first one. I'm assuming that the CW formed itself in 2006 because that's when it premiered. I have not seen one single episode of this. I probably have seen some commercials, but other than my impression of it from little things I know, it seems like a very down-to-earth drama in a sense where it's not about superheroes, or it's not about something supernatural or anything really crazy. It just seems, from what little I know, that it is about people and family and life dynamics and stuff like that. I'm sure it's pretty soapy, but a little bit more on the everyday drama. So there we go. Runaway is another one. I literally can't even picture anything at all, but I want to say superhero maybe. Gilmore Girls came out in 2006, so we're in the 2006 era. This one, I have seen, but I've only seen Logan's scenes. I'm Team Logan, so I watched some of season 5 when he was introduced, and a little bit of season 6, her college years, when they would go on fun little adventures, and I've seen a ton of Rory and Logan videos, fan videos. So I definitely ship them, and I know there's a lot of people for Team Jess. It's pretty torn, and I know a lot of the original fans really hate the reboot. I actually watched the reboot. I got 3 out of the 4 episodes in before I was I can't anymore. I stayed up late when it came out on Netflix and everything, but they totally destroyed her character. I mean, not really. She was already kind of meh to begin with. She already cheated with a guy before who was, I think, either engaged or married as well, but it destroyed their innocence of their relationship and their pureness with being together, and it just destroyed the whole character of them being together pretty much. So I didn't like that. I know they were trying to set up the whole new generation following the same line and stuff like that. He's the new Chris. But I didn't really like it, and I thought it was blah. So there we go. But I did like the scenes that they were in, even though they were being trash. I love Logan, and I love the actor that plays him. He went on to do The Resident, which I watched the first 2 seasons of, before I just got bored and was like, Okay, next one is One Tree Hill. Oh my goodness, the reason why I want to make this video, I made a whole video on One Tree Hill, so I will link that down below if I remember. Go watch it. Search my YouTube page. It's pretty far down there. I think I made it last year sometime. But, wow. I love One Tree Hill so much. I went to Wilmington because of it. It used to be on the WB, and then it got transferred to the CW. They actually thought they were going to get canceled. This was like during season 3, which was a big season for them. And they went on to do 9 seasons. So they were like the underdog during the time. And I have kind of stopped listening to the podcast now, but the 3 main girls, Sophia, Hillary, and Joy, do a podcast together, episode by episode, and they're on season 2 now. But I really hate season 2, so I think I just kind of like dropped off from listening to them as much. Maybe I'll pick back up with season 3. So yeah, One Tree Hill. When I say I could literally make a whole video on One Tree Hill, I'm saying that literally because I actually did. So go watch that video because it encompasses a lot more and goes into detail of all the things that I want to say, but we're not going to take over with that. So moving on to Smallville. I had always heard of Smallville, but never really knew much about it at all. And then I was watching a ranking video that someone was doing because I like watching those. And they were talking about Smallville and how much they liked it, and you know, the actors and everything. The guy from Charlie and She Would Buy the Dozen plays the actor, and I never knew that. So I was like, okay, I like the main girl actress, Kristen, I think is how you pronounce her name, Couric. She's in Beauty and the Beast, which is a show that I loved at the time that it aired. So I was like, okay, I like her, I like him, superheroes, I can get down with that. I know they're like shipped together, so I will give it a chance. So I watched a fan video and I was like, oh my gosh, they seem really good. And I watched an episode of season 3, episode 3, and it was a good episode, but I did more research and they're not in game. And she leaves, and it goes on for like 9 seasons, I think, and she leaves after like season 5 or 6 or something like that. And I was like, no, I do not want to invest my time in this show and keep watching further. It's not that great of a show where I'm going to watch it knowing the couple that I ship is not in game. So maybe one day if I'm really bored, I'll like watch the episodes where they're together and before she leaves and they ruin their like relationship forever, because I know they were broken up the episode that I watched. But come on, they were like, he saved her multiple times and she was worried about his life. So like, it wasn't over, you know what I mean? It was kind of like what every TV show does when they like break up. But it's really over for me when they're like putting the couple in the grave and they're like, this is over forever. You know, like one gets married, an actor leaves the show. So yeah. Supernatural. This one went on for I think like 12 seasons or something crazy like that. I would still get commercials for this show. It started in 2006. Oh my gosh, there's a spider on me. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Leave. Be gone. Okay. I have to get used to bugs. Because I was going to say Ireland, but Maine. I was thinking and talking about Ireland earlier today, and St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Woo. Maine has a lot of bugs, so there we go. Just acclimating myself for that all summer. Supernatural started in 2006, and I would get commercials for it when I was watching the Vampire Diaries way in like 2012, and I wasn't like gonna start the show. Plus it was about 2 brothers and I was like, where's the like couples, where's the romance? It felt like an adult show, you know, where the Vampire Diaries was very much a teen show. And I hear mixed reviews about it, and I feel like it dragged on and blah. I don't know. Never seen an episode, but I've seen like people talk about it. Probably will never watch it. Veronica Mars. Reese Witherspoon. Eek, it's a blonde actress. I think it's probably not Reese Witherspoon. Kristen Bell? I don't know. It's one of those famous blonde actresses that are in a lot of stuff. I think it's good from what I've seen, but I have never seen an episode, and I've just seen it in like compilation videos or like people like mentioning it here and there. So I would totally give it a shot. And I think they made a movie out of it that was crowdfunded. I think that's what they're most known for, actually. So, yeah. Hidden Palms. Literally, like, never even heard of it all, so skip. Gossip Girl. XOXO. Gossip Girl. So, I did watch some of the show. I watched, for Chuck and Blair, I watched, like, some season 3 episodes. I kind of, like, jumped around, but I think I mostly saw a lot of season 3, because that's when they, like, finally got together at the end of season 2. And then it goes on for 6 seasons after they graduate high school. They actually graduate high school after season 2, which is kind of ambitious and bold for a teen show, because more seasons than not, they're out of high school. So, yeah, I mean, Upper East Side, all that drama and intrigue. It was never, like, my jam. I had a friend in high school who, like, rewatched Gossip Girl, like, once a year. Not for me, but I enjoyed the problematic nature of Chuck and Blair, and just Blair in general, and then just Chuck in general, and just, I guess I like toxic ships because of Damon and Elena. So, love that toxic ship energy. It's the passion. I mean, it's just like, in real life, selling your girlfriend for a hotel, or like trying to sell your girlfriend for a hotel, would be like so messed up and just not okay. But this is television. This is not real life. So I'm okay with it. Reaper, never heard of. Life is Wild, never heard of. 90210. So, what's fun about this is I did go through a 90210 phase. I'm pretty sure this was after my post One Tree Hill phase, and I needed to fill the void. So I tried Gossip Girl, and then I tried 90210. And 90210, I actually watched a good amount of it. I liked more characters on that show than I did Gossip Girl, so I think I got through more of it, or at least it had, it didn't annoy me as much, I feel like, because I think I remember watching consecutive episodes more often than I did with Gossip Girl. But I didn't watch the first 2 seasons. I did my theory still of season 3, episode 3. So I think I watched from like season 3 to like season 5? Question mark. Whenever Rav died, or Raj, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but like Ivy and Raj were together, and he actually also went on to be in The Residence. So when they were together, I loved them, and then he died. I mean, if you thought there wasn't going to be spoilers, I mean, come on, it's not even that great of a show, and it's been like 10 years, so oh well. But yeah, so I think I stopped after that. Liam, I like the actor, Matt Lautner, I think is how you pronounce his name. He was on Star-Crossed, which is another CW show. I think he did that like right after 90210, and that's what kind of pulled me into 90210, was Star-Crossed. And I'll talk more about Star-Crossed when I get there. But yeah, and then I also knew Shanae Grimes from Degrassi, because I had already been through my Degrassi phase, so I was like, I'll give this show a shot, and I mean, it wasn't great. It's kind of trash television, but Naomi really grew on me. I liked her and Max, and I've listened to some podcast episodes that they do. It's called Unzipped. They don't talk about the show 90210, but it's Shanae Grimes and, oh, what's her name? Something Nicole. I don't know, I forgot her name, but she kind of does things that's very out of touch. She, like, kind of seems very self-centered or whatnot. But, anywho, a lot of people don't really like the actress. But she also dated the guy from Prison Break. Not the main guy, but the brother, Lincoln. So, anywho. Enough rambling about that. Moving on. But last thing that I want to say about 90210 is that I started to watch Beverly Hills 90210, which I, like, never gave a shot back then because I was like, ew, old show, like, trash. But I love 90s shows, so, like, I don't know. I think I loved 90s shows when I was a kid, and then when I was a teen, I was like, nah, that's on my childhood, you know? I'm a teen now, gotta be hip and cool. But I did I did watch some of those episodes from season 3. I got, like, 10 episodes in. It goes for, like, 9 seasons. My favorite character leaves after, like, season 5 or so. Not even that, season 4. I think she leaves, like, halfway through at the end of season 4. So, meh. I probably won't continue watching that, to be honest. The blonde girl who goes on to the show What I Like About You, which I actually do really enjoy. Jenny Garner, I think is her name, or Garth. Jenny Garth. I really don't like her character because she stole Luke Perry's character so many names. What is his name? Dylan, from Brenda, and I love Brenda, and Brenda is a twin of Brandon, and I also like Brandon. I really wanted Brandon to get with the curly-haired girl, which I literally can't remember her name for the life of me right now, but in the part of season 3 that I was at, she just broke her legs, and she works with him on the journalist paper. But they never get together. They, like, always keep missing each other, and you can tell they're, like, building this, like, slow burn friends to lovers thing, and, like, he has feelings for her, but she's dating someone else, and then vice versa, and all this stuff. They kiss a couple times, but they never get together, and trash. So, very soap opera in that respect, and trash soap opera because they don't even deliver. Okay. Privileged, never watched. Melrose Place, never even heard of. I've never heard of Privileged either. Vampire Diaries, the thing that got me into the CW. I think I saw a trailer, probably on ABC Family or something, and I was just the trash television that I needed. I think I heard someone at school talk about it. I started it freshman year, literally in September, and it was right after Elena turned into a vampire, season 4 for them. Just amazing. I never went back and watched the episodes at the time. I have since that moment gone back and rewatched some episodes from season 1, 2, and 3. But for me, The Vampire Diaries is like season 4. So iconic. And then the originals left and did their own show, which I was like so sad, and the whole dynamic of the show changed, but I still was like so involved. Sophomore year was season 5 for me. Season 6 was junior year. And then I scratched it after that because Elena left, because Nina left, the actress, and it was just not the same anymore. And so I was like, peace out, Girl Scout. I'm not going to watch you. Season 7, my senior year, was apparently trash, and it finished season 8, my freshman year of college. I love Bonnie and Enzo, though, and I've seen all their scenes, and that's literally the only thing about the show that I liked after I stopped watching. And I know a lot of people are very iffy on the Bonnie Enzo thing. I think out of everything that happened to Bonnie's character, it's kind of sad that that's the best thing is the love interest. She deserves so much more, but she deserved an epic love, and she freaking got it. And yeah, quite literally got ripped, her heart got ripped out. I mean, technically his heart, but his heart was her heart, so her heart got ripped out right in front of her from Ripper Stefan, and this is why I don't like Stefan. I mean, Damon did so much crap, but Damon didn't do crap to my favorite characters, so I'm almost positive he didn't kill Anna, but he might have killed Anna, so then therefore no redeemable, but I'm pretty sure Anna got killed by Elena's creepy uncle because he was a vampire hunter, and she got killed by the vampire hunters, I believe. So yeah, Damon didn't kill any of my favorite characters, but Stefan did, and ergo, it's irredeemable for me. My moral compass in TV is so wacky, but it's TV, it's not real life. Damon and Elena forever. I appreciate Stefan and Elena, but for me it's Stefan and Catherine. Season 4, I really liked Caroline and Klaus, but then Klaus went on to the originals, and then Camille was his upgrade, and I'm so mad they killed off her when she turned into a vampire. Will not forgive them for that. They are literally soulmates, and do not fight me on that. Klaus and Caroline were soulmates in the Vampire Diaries universe, but the second he upgraded to Camille, it was over, and honestly, I never really liked Caroline. Klaus was the only thing that I liked about her. She can end up with Tyler for all I care, or Stefan, who is blah now because he killed Enzo, and they did end up together, but then they didn't, and then she got back with Klaus, and just ugh, no thank you. They deserve each other. Stefan and Caroline deserve each other. They can go have their babies and live happily ever after, and people that ship them can be fine. Just leave Damon and Elena alone. Leave Bonnie and Enzo alone. I know people ship Bonnie and Damon, but no thank you. That would have been really great TV if they got together when Elena was in a coma. And they didn't know what to do with Enzo because they were trying to set Enzo up in season 5 for Caroline, but it just wasn't doing the same thing. So they're man, I guess we'll have her end up with Bonnie. Jeremy and Anna were OG OTP for me on that show, and I had to go back and rewatch some clips, and I rewatched their episodes just for them. Will not forgive them for killing her off, and then bringing her back, and then making her leave again. And I never liked Bonnie and Jeremy together. Their characters were the most hated for me when they were together. The end. Vampire Diaries deserved a long rant because I'm not going to make a separate video for that, but it deserves its place because it introduced me to the CW. The Beautiful Life. Never heard of. Life Unexpected, never heard of. Hellcats, have heard of, but I never watched. Don't know why, honestly, because, well, it aired in 2010, and I think it only got like one season, maybe two, and so by the time I got to the CW, it was over. So it's like, it came in that in-between period where I was like, I wasn't quite there yet, and I literally cannot find the show. I like wanted to go back and like try an episode or two, but I can't find it anywhere. I can't even find like trailers for it or like any clips for it on YouTube. And to me, that says it was such a trash show that like people don't even want to bootleg it onto YouTube. That's really sad. But I like the actors. I think it's Allie and Ashley Tisdale. I really like them, and I like Cheer, so maybe I'll try to find it on an illegal website or something, but it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best. Nikita, saw trailers for it. It looked like really badass, but I just never watched it, and I probably never will. I totally forgot the show existed until this very moment. Ringer, never heard of. The Secret Circle, heard of. Witches, I was pretty much out of my witch phase by then because, yeah, and witch stuff is just meh. So, it's real as a Christian by that point in 2011. Yeah, so no, never watched that show, never plan to. And witch shows nowadays get real creepy. The new Sabrina the Teenage Witch is like straight up demonic. I mean, not that like the OG Sabrina the Teenage Witch is like technically any better, because like that show and Wizards made me want to be a witch when I grew up. Like LOL, before I became a Christian, knew what witches were. And that they're like actually real, but not in the way they're portrayed in TV. I digress. Moving on. So, yeah, just stay away from witch shows. Period. End of story. Heart of Dixie. I think I saw an episode or two of this. Just wasn't my jam. I like really tried. I was like, oh, it's the South. That's so cute. And like wholesome. And it seems like very bright and lighthearted. And people really like the main ship, whoever they were. But I didn't like the way the characters talk, the dialogue, the writing. So, oh well. Arrow, I never watched, but I saw clips of Theo and something Queen, Oliver's sister, and I like them together. So I watched their scenes and clips and fan videos and stuff and their storyline, and I like that, but I never watched, I don't think, a single episode of the show, and I know Felicity and Oliver shippers were like hardcore. But I honestly didn't think they really had chemistry. Like, I saw videos of him with, like, Laurel, like, his, like, past girlfriend in life before he became, like, the Arrow or whatnot, and she came back after, and their chemistry was just amazing, and I really think they should have been together, so unpopular opinion, but it's hard, because, like, you have this comic book canon, and you have, like, the fandom, and this is where I think fan service is wrong. Like, I know there was huge fandom outcry for them to get together, and I think them getting together was a big fan service, in my opinion, when their characters just like didn't have that spark and chemistry to me. So yeah, it's really hard. You may have like a plot in mind, but actors have different chemistry, and then you take a storyline in a different way, and you're kind of like stuck in the middle. Like, do I take integrity as a writer and do what I want to do, or do I listen to the fans? And honestly, I think when writers listen to the fans, it does not pay off, and you see that time and time again. So that's what I have to say about that. Beauty and the Beast, I already mentioned it, but I love this show. This show is like quite literally the underdog, because it like got canceled, I'm pretty sure, like disappeared. Like season 1 aired, baller season 1, so good. Season 2, they like totally rewrote, like they basically laid a new foundation and kind of felt like a new show, because they like changed the rules of the like universe. They got rid of his scar, lol. The actor was probably like, look guys, if I'm gonna come back for season 2, we are not putting this on my face every single episode. Which I don't blame him. And he like shaved most of his hair off and had a better haircut. He looked more good looking. But like season 1 vibes is just so pure and innocent. Like their blossoming relationship. Cries forever. Season 2 was like kind of like that, will they, won't they, kind of there's like bad blood in the water, and that like that tension, that like poison and wine tension. So yeah, Season 3, yeah, so season 2 aired, and then it was like MIA, and I was like, did this show get canceled? And then I found out that they're filming season 3 and 4 back to back, and they're airing them like 2 summers apart. So I watched both of them. I kind of went downhill a little bit. I stayed with it. I still enjoyed it, but it just didn't have that same spark. They did get engaged and married, which like helped, but yeah, I like the ending. I think the ending was good. So that's all I'll say. I don't really want to spoil all of it, although I did spoil. I mean, come on. They're the 2 main leads of the show. You know they're going to get together. It's probably going to make you want to watch the show more, knowing that they get engaged and married. So you're welcome. Go watch the show. And watch it till the end, but just know that season 1 is like the pure innocent beans. Why everyone fell in love. Season 2 is like angst galore. Season 3 and 4 are like pure bean vibes and like very similar vibes to each other, but also different in their own right. Emily Owens, MD, never heard of. The Carrie Diaries. It's fun going down this list. I literally just looked up Wikipedia and looked up the list. This is totally going to cut me off, and it's for sure the sunset, and it's like getting so dark now, but I want to finish this video. I still have so much further to go. There's so many CW shows. Maybe I'll have to make it 2 parts. I probably will. I think I'm going to cut it off after the Carrie Diaries because I still got a long ways to go. We're still in 2013, guys. I mean, we did cover 7 years of the CW, but my goodness. So, yeah, we're going to end on the Carrie Diaries, and then we'll start off with the originals in the next video. So, Carrie Diaries, I never watched Sex and the City. I never plan to, and I don't think I ever will. That literally is the same thing, just worded differently. Good job, Stacey. Anywho, I love the Carrie Diaries so much. I love Anna Sophia Robb, I think is her name, and I love the guy that plays her like love interest. He was on other shows that I can't remember, but I just like the actor. I know I've seen him in other things before that I liked, and I really liked Maggie, and I love who Maggie ended up with. I wish they paid more attention to their characters. I love supporting characters a lot, usually more than like the stars. I just think because there's so much pressure on the main love interest, the supporting ones can just kind of have more freedom and fun. I love the 80s, the fashion. I think it was just a fun show, and it got canceled after season 2, but I think it was for the best before they ended the story. It felt like it was pretty much wrapped up, and like it's a prequel. It has to end eventually. It can't like collide with like the canon. So I think it ended on a good note. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I know a lot of people were bummed that it ended, but I think it ended in the way that it needed to because it's a prequel. And they could have destroyed like the legacy of the original, which I wouldn't have cared because I don't care about that legacy, but yeah. Also, I just want to mention, Colts is another one. LOL, don't even know what that show is, but it is in between Carrie Diaries and the original, so I don't want to, like, skip it and just kind of leave anyone hanging who cares about that show. But if a show is called Colts, I'm not going to watch it for a reason, and I'm not going to explain myself. So my feet are quite literally fully asleep. The sun has officially set, and I'm tired and I want to go inside. So, and I'm getting very sassy now because it's a long video. Have a great day. I'll see you guys next time, and part 2 will be up next. Okay, bye. I can't even reach it because my feet are asleep. Okay, bye guys.